Everyone, so this episode is brought to you by Coins Profit, crypto app that allows you to check out news and stuff, which is just an app that I made on my free time a couple of years ago, but still relevant today. This app is still relevant, god damn it. So today is the first men only episode, which is like guest and just man, 100% testosterone in here. So it's gonna sound a little like a something's burning episode, which I do love, an amazing podcast from Brett Kreischer. So we'll be talking about some hot topics like pain au chocolat versus chocolatine, or crazy ex-girlfriend, the environment, billionaire philanthropists like Tony Stark, equality with women, and I have a lovely time chatting with these guys. I give you Bruno and Luigi from Vital 11. Enjoy the show.
Extremely. Louis Grégoire is my first name.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, his first name is also extremely long. If you include all the middle names.
Yeah, then
oh my god.
Names, of course. Who doesn't have any?
I mean, I have like one middle name, but it's not like
Bruno is my one and only name.
Wait, you have just Bruno, no?
I just have Bruno.
No Fernando Armando, some bullshit
obviously not.
It was free.
I am not about bullshitting.
You could have had many.
You know?
My parents were like, "Oh, it's free, really? Okay, allez, let's put 1, 2, 3, 4." In the end, I have Louis Grégoire, Victor Stanislas,
Jean-Marie.
5 names.
Yeah. 5 names, boy.
Can you believe?
And then you've got the last name, which is like
sorry,
de la Goublée de Minerval.
So yeah, you really go like to just put all the names. Let's just all the names.
You couldn't find someone more French than this guy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I mean, actually, does it even fit on your passport?
It does. But the thing is, in the UK, nothing really fits because the main credit rating agency, Experian, doesn't have enough characters. So all the other institutions follow these guys, and in the end, they all do something different. So I am like registered at 5, 6 different names in the UK with different initials for my middle names. It's a mess.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, I literally have just Jean-Dominique Davy, and I use mostly Jean-Dominique everywhere. And I'm already struggling with just that. Like, even just for the Eurostar, like, you know, when you book your ticket, you go in the app, it just truncates the end of Dominic. Like, yeah.
Ah, yes.
So that's
absolutely, yes.
So I'm guessing that's really
Grégoire is the same. I don't have the final E. Yeah.
And now I'm calling you Giovanni Domenico.
No, you don't. Yeah, I didn't go full Italian yet. Like, I speak a little bit now, Duolingo. But, yeah, that's about it. Actually, what do you speak, apart from French and English?
I speak a bit of Mandarin and another dialect of Chinese. Both dialects are obviously Chinese, but it's very poor level. So, I mean, I need to mix it up with French to make myself understood by my parents,
that's interesting.
for example.
So, what does that sound like if you try to say something like, I need to grab some milk?
Both dialects are very different, which is like almost a different language.
So, you can't use them together?
You cannot use them. And I'm so... my language in both dialects are so poor that basically... like if I take one of my girlfriend who was Taiwanese, obviously her Taiwanese dialect was very, very good. And it's very similar to the dialect that I'm using to speak with my parents. She could understand me when I was talking to my parents, but I couldn't understand her.
Huh.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Is it like Taiwanese, it's very close to Cantonese?
No, my other dialect is Shoutouts, which is basically something different. It's like Chechiu, like the French translation of it.
Okay.
Very close to Taiwanese, so I've heard.
Right.
So the people who are actually native in that language can understand my people. As in my people, I mean, I'm two French guys.
Your background, far away in ages, is from Laos.
Yeah.
And is it
no. My parents are from Laos.
Okay.
Right.
My grandparents are from Laos, and I think my ancestors are from China.
Okay.
So technically, I'm more Lao, but I'm French because I was like properly born and bred, and I'm from Bordeaux. You know, just saying, guys.
With the Bordeaux accent as well.
I've got the Bordeaux accent. I would say jaune for yellow, while other French would say jaune.
Actually, yeah, you do that weird shit. Like,
I do that all the time.
Yeah, totally. Like Bordeaux, Toulouse, they do like that. Even for pig, they go rose. Like,
I do rose as well.
You actually say that. All right. Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Obviously, I'm also a very funny guy.
Yeah. So
I'm a very cocky one.
So you go like for pain au chocolat or chocolatine?
Chocolatine.
Really?
Sake.
No,
Jesus
I would
Christ.
go for chocolatine.
Out of here. No.
Obviously.
Chocolatine. No.
I do sometimes posh instead of sac plastic.
Really?
What?
Posh, yeah, like
I know they
posh.
say it in north of France. They say
it's
posh, which is
South
weird.
France.
It's like,
Southwest, particularly.
so you say it too. Like,
But I do not use the word gavé, which is very
That's
Bordeaux-like.
true, yeah.
But I
Gavé
find
means
it
very much like.
not
yes.
posh enough
oh.
for a
Gavé
person
cool.
such as myself.
Okay, I didn't know about that. Like,
Yeah, gavé is very
Very Bordeaux.
countryside person, and to be quite honest, I've been raised in the city all my life, so I don't want to.
So you don't really deal with peasants, like.
I do deal with peasants, but it's just that I don't feel part of those
Of those peasants. Which you
come
call
on.
peasants. Oh. Actually, yeah. What took you to London, like from Bordeaux? Like, how did you end up here?
How did I end up here? It's a good question for jobs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think the UK is very nice when it comes to giving opportunities to young people, and it allows us to also raise, in terms of career, much faster than any sort of other places. Like in France, for example, it would take pretty much 10, 20 or more years to actually get to where I am right now. So I think it's a very nice country for opportunities. But I don't know what you think
definitely
about
agree
it.
with that.
I totally agree. They don't really look at your background in terms of studies, which they do a lot in France.
Yes. they
If
do
you
that.
are not an engineer or a special business school or whatever, you cannot enter in the junior roles. While here, they really go for the feeling and for what you have.
They
in
give
your
you a
head.
chance.
Yes.
Yes.
I do believe that among all the countries on the planet, it is one of the countries which gives a chance to young people to develop, to learn from nothing, literally, and to grow into like something like a superstar if you want to. So
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I can definitely relate to that. As in, even myself, like in my career now, to make what I'm making now, it would have taken me, yeah, as you said,
He's
easily
so
10, 15
rich.
years.
She's so rich.
Nah, I'm not anywhere near. Well, you. So
me.
yeah.
Like you're judging me
no,
by
we are the
my,
poor
by
people
my
with
suit,
t-shirts.
right?
Yeah, you're the guy. In
Ah,
yeah, you're the guy in suits. Like,
Only one in suit.
yeah, we go to work with t-shirts. That's how we roll.
you guys are just too cool for me.
Just,
I need to go back to my very old-fashioned way of things.
But you have to dress like that.
Well, I do manage people, and the thing is, I'm the youngest senior manager in the department.
So it's important to.
So it's important to show
To
that
look older.
Yeah.
you're the boss.
I agree.
fair point.
So yeah. But at the same time, more than the look, you need to show like factually that
You
That you can do
things.
some
actually
shit.
can do something.
Yeah, that seems
So-
useful, like for a job.
But one goes with the other.
Detail.
And the thing is, the appearance is oppositely to like what people tend to think does matter.
Oh yes, definitely. Actually, I grew my beard to look older when I was a few years back when I started having leading positions. So like, okay, people are not gonna respect me because, especially if they know that I'm younger. So I'm just going to do all I can to mask that. That's when I started really growing a beard because I was not doing that before. I was just always shaving.
But you have a
baby.
big voice, it should work as well.
Yeah, well, that's even the voice. I've been working on having a bigger voice compared to before.
right,
So
really?
yeah,
Yeah.
so like really just getting the beard, the voice
Yes.
to change a bit. Well, more in English actually. It's not that big in French. I don't think so. Like it doesn't feel necessarily big. Yeah.
But I mean, that's quite important to appear like someone you can rely on. And for me, for example, one of the person I'm managing is older than me, and we kind of joined at the same time. So at first there was like it could raise tensions. So I was making sure that you do the right thing, you are being fair in every decision that you take, and so on and on and on and on. You know, so making sure everything is square.
Yep.
And if you do that, everything goes right. Because I mean, you do acknowledge that this guy is very experienced too and everything, and
But
then
would have it been interested to actually be a manager as well, or because some people are not really after the extra work and extra. You know.
I mean, he's got a different profile. So in some sense, he prefer hardcore. I mean, we're doing scientific stuff, so he prefer hardcore type of
exactly.
topics.
Exactly.
Well, I do a little bit of both.
Exactly. So you cannot focus as much as he does, and probably what he likes as well. So,
obviously. That was such a beautiful song.
What was that from?
X-Files or something.
Just like the music when you start like that movie where everybody's gonna get murdered. And generally it goes by teen scorer, so that'd be like me first, then probably you.
Why me? I'm the one in a suit, that's why.
That's how these movies rolls now. Like since
Let's all separate them.
yeah, we
guy
all
in a
split.
suit! We go for this guy.
Oh, actually now yes. Yeah, that's what happened. Like
Okay.
eat the rich and boom.
Oh, the rich now. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So how about you, Luigi? So how did you end up in London?
So I finished my studies in London for like about 4 months, and I didn't really want to stay here. I wanted to work and live in France because I had my circle of friends over there and I liked it. So I really tried to look for something in France. Then I started to work in a bank in France, and it was like a temporary job.
Yeah.
And at the end, I've been contacted by two similar type of companies, one in London and one for Paris, really.
All right.
But I have to say the appeal it had for the London and the challenges it was offering was, as Bruno said, much better. So in the end, I changed my mind. I kind of wanted to flee France as well because of personal reasons. A crazy girlfriend, you know.
Oh yeah, that does not help.
I wanted to start fresh, and then I moved here, and I was so happy.
I walked in when he was talking about a crazy girl.
Hello, crazy girlfriend. That's how we're going back. And now back to your program. So yes, so you were saying a thing about the crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, so I had to.
There's always one.
It was a bit difficult, really. So I had to not only dump her, but also move away physically from her. So it was really good that I moved to.
That was
Dangerous crazy that would like try to stab you. That sort of crazy or just
Yeah, almost that.
wow. Yeah, definitely not a thing you'd wish.
Yeah.
We will not ask what he did to her to make her so angry.
I mean, why would you have to have done something? Maybe she's just crazy.
Nothing.
Like,
I mean, you start a relationship and then you realize that you're like trapped, kind of, and then you just want to. I wanted to end the things well, so that she doesn't commit suicide or anything bad like that, and then move away. So it's what I did.
Okay, so that seems like a lot of work. Like.
Yeah, I was a kind of I need to start fresh. I was like exhausted, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So London was for me like a new birth, a new start, and I loved my first years. And then I met my wife, the one that became later my wife, and then we moved together to Hong Kong. Fascinating city as well.
Yeah.
But I was very pleased to come back to London because London is just amazing. You know?
It is.
Because I was here.
Because Bruno was here, yeah. But no, I loved my 2 years and a half in Hong Kong, but the London feeling, the London city life is just too good to miss for too long, so I came back.
Cool.
Came back last year.
I mean, London is sweet. Like, I do really enjoy you have everything in the same place. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're like around zone 1 and 2, you can just do anything you want. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to a museum today. Or tomorrow I'm just going to get super drunk or grab a bottomless brunch or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I love, the diversity. Yesterday again, I met a guy from Iran. The day before, a guy from Albania. It's like so diverse. I love that.
And the museums are free here.
Yes, not like certain countries where you have to go on the first Sunday of the month and queue for 10 hours because there's everybody going at the same time. Like, just no.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So yeah, but I love the city. I think I'm gonna stay here for quite a while. So.
Oh, let's see with the Brexit. It might change, honestly, the dynamic of London, Brexit. So, well, let's see. I think London is very unique in the UK, and its attractiveness lies a lot into the people. And if the people are not allowed to come as they actually do currently, and I don't know what it's going to change, but I'm pretty sure it's going to change something. So let's to be reassessed in a few years.
No, he's being so serious.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the whole Brexit thing, I don't know. Well, by default, like when we first had the idea about it. Yeah. So when we first heard, like,
I need to drink more.
So when we first heard like about that whole Brexit thing, like by default, racism. Don't want to deal with that. Like, and that's the first thing you'd think. Like, oh, we don't want foreigners, and that's part of how the campaign was played. Like,
yes.
Let's kick out all the Roms, all the Eastern Europeans. Basically, that's a lot of what you had in the conversation. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's not going to change people coming in, because you have people that come in that are not necessarily from the EU. So that's part of why I'm kind of skeptical on it changing a lot. Is making it hard for people to come in. Definitely not going to be good for the economy.
Yeah, London economy lies in these young people coming from all over the world, especially Europe, coming to learn English. They go back a few years after in their country with nothing in their pockets because their money went directly straight into landlords' pockets or city life. Like they go in the pub, they go to party. So it directly benefits London economy. So I'm not sure how London is going to survive this change, because now the people need to speak English. I didn't speak English when I came.
No?
I had to learn very quickly, but my
To be
English was...
quite honest,
Like, she's just hanging out.
I think she's just...
I mean, she's not even a student anymore.
an apostle
because she left school.
of leave.
She left.
She did leave
peaceful,
school.
Is it like a year of
I
break?
mean, do you live under a rock, JD?
Yes.
You don't know what Greta's doing?
I know who she is, but I don't know what she's doing that's useful.
I think she left school in high school.
Yeah.
No, she's taking a break, apparently.
Yeah, it's like that year of a sabbatical.
You don't
year.
follow Greta.
She dropped out, and then possibly in the future she will come back.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people say
School,
she's
yeah.
like manipulated by her parents, blah 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 blah. The others are also manipulated. I mean, if you look at Greta, she's against consumerism, but all the teenagers that are pictured as thriving into this consumerism world and going shopping with their friends, and isn't it also manipulation? It's a different type of manipulations, but yeah. So both models are manipulated in a way.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's all about like the influence that your environment has on you, whether it's your parents or your friends or just everything else that's happening around.
Or the lobbies as well that are very powerful.
So the whole it depends what it looks like. If it's some sort of criminal stuff that happens with her, which it isn't, as far as we know. Like, it's probably just her. She formed her opinion from what she knows and what she learned and all these things. But then you get cases like that kid, that's nothing to do with environment. I forgot the context. I was like, I don't know if you heard about that boy who was like in that strip club.
Oh no.
That boy with the dress, it was just dancing in the strip club, and you had guys just throwing cash in.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, oh, that seems like a hot
story.
thing. And
Is it like a very young
cross-dresser, 6-year-old, something
change
like
gender?
that. Yeah.
I heard about this.
And I remember like hearing about that. I thought that seems hard. But it didn't shock me a lot. But I thought, what if that was actually a little girl who was dancing in the strip club while guys throw cash at her? I'm like, oh, I would not think the same. I would not think the same about it at all. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think it's like stealing their youth, really. Like it become old too quickly.
Yeah.
The gender thing is one thing, but the dancing in a strip club is another thing.
Yeah, it's a little too extreme.
And the youth bit is very tricky.
Well, it's that's thing. If it's a little girl, you're like, oh yeah, no, fuck that, jail them all. But
Yeah.
now you're like, nah, it's fine. We're tolerant now, so.
Where is the world going, you know?
Where is the world going?
But yeah. So back to Greta. Greta was doing legal things and was not in strip clubs. That if she was, that'd be still shocking. But like, she doesn't do that. So yeah, she's doing her break thing for a year. She's traveling around, get a lot of media attention and stuff. And you think there's a point in what she's doing? Like, do you see any?
Nah, there is it's a bit her versus the end of the world, but it starts like that, you know. Every changes has started with something extreme, something very vocal, something very visible, and I think today for anything, today we have to be like that, to start something. If you follow the normal procedure that is basically governed by the traditional lobbies, you're going nowhere. So you have to be the way. I think she's really depicted by media that are also lobby controlled.
Yes.
Like,
oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, they are sponsored. There is a lot of influence between the lobbies and the medias. So she's pictured this way, so the people think bad of her, and then the only way she has to really stand out is to do something even more visible, even more loud, and I think that's not easy for her.
Oh no, it definitely can't be easy to get that much attention online.
Exactly.
Like.
A lot of haters for her as well.
Exactly.
And for what? For
She's
the
a
planet.
huge fan, I can see.
Yeah, I'm just.
I mean, I'm
putting
fairly
myself-
neutral
You can
on
feel
this,
some
but
admiration.
putting
there.
myself in her shoes. And for what? In the end, it's for the planet. It's for the sake of everybody, every species. So it's even. Yes, she's probably going to make a career in that. Yes, I agree. But like current politicians that are making.
Well, they're making careers.
Careers out of the lobbies that are. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, so you can't really attack her on like doing the same as what everyone else is doing in the end. So yeah, no, I think it's good what she's doing. Good as in bring attention to a problem. But I think what's less good is to think that it changes something. I don't think it changes much.
I don't think it actually changed something. But
Yeah, because we talk about it, but like literally 2 days later, nobody's gonna care about that. Like,
exactly.
and it's only because she keeps coming back in the news cycle that we still talk about her. But if you take, say, what's the last thing? What's the last big thing we're talking about? Like there was the Notre Dame fire.
Yeah.
That people were annoyed that the fire happened. Others annoyed that some billionaires were making donations for the fire to repair the church.
well, I mean,
Like
if
a couple
they
of weeks
don't make
later, there's that
donations,
other thing that's happening there. Like, there's been a new shooting in the US, like
Oh yes.
200 shooting of the year.
I know, but that's funny because they will criticize how these people are putting their money to repair an historical monument, but they will never criticize the amount of footballer is being bought by a club to be transferred. So there are like two things, two exact things, like spending money, a huge amount of money for thing that on one hand is something historical. You can be religious or not, I don't mind, but it's still part of the architecture, of the history and the preservation. Especially if you want to do it the right way, renovate it the right way, it costs a lot of money today.
The problem with Notre Dame and the donations related to it, it's that they had more in terms of money to repair Notre Dame, and the thing is, what do they do with the leftovers, which is millions of dollars?
Yeah, well, I think it's
That'd be a different things. Like, what's
Because they
actually
receive
done with the
more.
money against
They receive
people
more than what
complaining
was
about the money being
budgeted.
given. So
yeah,
that's-
because it was like promise of giving, and what they actually got is much lower.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
We heard like, I promise you to give you 2 million, and in the end, but they didn't receive it. So it's like a bit like this charity called Téléthon in France. You call to give, to promise to give money, but in the end, you get what you get.
Okay. Oh, Téléthon actually has much lower than what they say they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. But every year, like, well, actually, it's been years I didn't watch the Téléthons. But I remember, like, the whole celebrating, and I was like, oh, yeah, people are calling, they're going to give, like, 10 million for cancer or, like, whatever else.
Yeah, it's promise of gifts. But it's not.
I thought the people were just paying right away on the phone. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to give you that now. Here's my bank details. Just get some.
And there's also one thing about charities in general is that most of the time the charities are run in a way that 90% of the charities actually goes to pay administrative stuff, and only 10% of the stuff actually is on actual help.
Oh yes, it happens so recently.
It happens
like
all the time.
For the Australian fires, I think it was the Salvation Army, but I don't want to give a false. But it was one of the big charity. That considered 10 million for the administrative fees to be able to spend the money they collected effectively. So they received like 200 million, and they devoted like they just blocked 10 million for the administrative fees, and you're like, wow,
that's a lot of fees. I mean,
it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of flights.
That's the thing about the big charities. I noticed they have like huge costs of running costs.
So yeah, it's and the world is in such a way that it's hard to know who to give money to at the end.
Yeah, well, that's why I think it's safe. Just keep it. Just keep your money. I mean, I don't believe in charities per se.
It's like Bruno was saying to me that that the guy from Jeff Bezos was
Jada is saying like, let's give all the money
true.
to Jada.
We don't.
Yeah, Gucci bag.
Yeah, Gucci gang. No.
Bruno was telling me that Jeff Bezos was not giving any money, but recently I saw that he gave 10 billion, for climate change. Climate
change is different. He will not give. From what I heard, he doesn't give money to charities. He gives money to projects,
which is his own thing, like his own fund.
So most of the funds he put on, from what I heard, is on rocket space and like space projects. And it seems like he's doing like climate change at the same time, which is very important for the planet. And development for the space projects is also very important for the planet. But I think, from what I heard, he's not giving to charities. So he's not part of the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation, for example. And I think it's on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense, like, those guys that just make their own thing, like, instead of giving to charities, like, Bezos with these funds for the climate, or, like, the Gates that do their own charity, because they're like, well, we don't trust other charities, we don't trust governments to do the work that needs to be done in certain areas.
These guys
you get the money, just make your own funds, and you spend it however you want. So, oh, cool.
But I believe that these guys have made so much money, at some point they need some... the recognition they get from their actions is too little, so they want to invest into this world,
and in particular Bezos, I think he wants to create something that is like revolutionary, oppositely to the thing is Bill Gates is from his foundation is trying to help humankind, but Bezos is trying to achieve something which transcends like human history. I think it's two very different visions. One is focused on the present, and the other is focused on the future. And
the other one just wants like to build his legacy.
I don't know if it's going to be his legacy, but it's.
But maybe. I mean, when you know you're gonna die, you want to. No. Hand that came from the outer field. So just like for people that just listen to episodes. How do I describe that?
This guy is a very interesting guy too to interview.
Yeah, let's speak about this guy that doesn't show up on
absolutely.
Yeah.
I am sure he's got his reason for not showing up on here.
Just showing his hand though.
Yeah, he's showing his hands.
Everything on the internet stays on the internet.
Well.
What's his head in? I did not see. Well, we'll see. We'll see on the YouTube version.
His history is his story is very interesting.
He's got an interesting story. Okay, all right. I'm waiting for you for episode 10. Well, that's episode 8. That's episode 8. So yeah.
Yeah.
9 is planned. Episode 10.
He deserves 13. He deserves episode 13. Yeah.
Oh, that's how lucky or unlucky he gets with the story.
So you know.
Mm-hmm.
You will
This
see.
this was a teasing by Bruno. You see.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see maybe episode 10, maybe episode 13, maybe
Who
episode
knows?
20. Yeah.
Exactly.
Someday.
Voilà.
Someday we hear a really cool story that I don't know at all. Yeah. So yeah. Oh boy, so what have we talked about? So we talked about environment, charities, and how you should not give money to them.
No, I'm not saying you should not give money to them. You should be careful about like which charity you're giving money to, because nowadays I think some charities are poorly run.
Yeah.
And you're literally throwing money away. While some others are very well run and they are literally trying to help people. But you know, you need to like do some investigation first to actually, you know, if you want to help people, either you do it directly or you make sure that you do whatever it takes to, you know.
Yeah, just direct impact on your community. Like,
exactly.
You know, 2 days ago I was talking to a guy. He was telling me that so in Paris we are really used to you are in your metro, in your carriage, and then someone pops in, tells his story, maybe do a bit of song or something, and then gets out at the 2 stops after trying to collect some money, and then a new one enters. So the Parisians are really used to
ignoring them.
But if there are that many, it means it still works. So some people give money, otherwise this will work and
obviously,
do something else. But and this guy was saying to me that so when I left London in 2016, this was
To
not
go to Hong Kong.
to Hong Kong, yeah. This was not appearing. I rarely, extremely rarely saw these beggars in the metro, in the tube. And when I came back in 2019, I saw a lot of them. You know, I was wow, it changed a lot from that. And this guy was saying to me that so when I saw it back in 2019, these beggars, everybody was giving money in London. In the tube. Because they were like probably touched by their stories and they were not used to it and they were giving money. And this guy 2 days ago was telling me that this time nobody gave and the guy started to be angry at the passengers.
The people.
Yeah. And saying that he was going to steal from them or he was probably a bit mentally... But yeah, it just means also, I think, that the Londoners are getting used to these stories and this way of giving money, and
they're desensitized, basically.
Yeah,
they don't care anymore. Like, no, that's fine.
No, I think they are still more generous than the Parisians.
Parisians like, no, I don't see you. You do not exist.
Exactly. They are like it's too. But yeah, I see much more now in London than I used to. I don't know if you have the same.
I feel like being thrilled over the last few years.
It depends. It depends on a lot of things.
What happened in these 2 years? I don't know.
Most of the time, they are on the overground rather than the metro. They also, the tube. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they are on the tube. Very rarely on the DLR. And it depends on the person. It depends on the story. And what I see is
you see more people giving.
It depends.
Really?
It depends on the story. It depends on everything.
Okay.
So sometimes you see someone very aggressive in the look and everything. Nobody's giving. Sometimes it's literally actors who they are like wandering by the platform like very angrily, and then they go from inside of the train, and then suddenly they become nice people telling stories.
Wow,
I've seen that as well. So to be quite honest, it's becoming a business, I think.
Oh, it's definitely, some people use that as a business model too, because they know that someone will give, as you said. Like, it's hard.
Well, I'm pretty sure if nobody gives, they will stop doing it.
Oh, it will die off.
Yeah.
Because people will always give. There will always be someone who will give at some point. And not like decide to go. I don't know. Oh, you know. That's cool. You can pick. Well, actually, no, you can't.
We wouldn't understand anything.
Exactly.
First, you
just
wouldn't
go like
understand anything.
I am not going to do any Chinese.
dialect,
Chinese. Yeah, I'm going to stop myself from doing any racist impression.
She is insisting.
All right. Yeah, actually, we're going to have a first Mandarin course on the podcast.
Oh, did you?
No. Oh, no, I haven't. I was thinking that would be the course. Like, just translate what you're saying.
I suck at Chinese.
No, you suck. I
mean, you
speak
are,
to
like-
Chinese people. You are really okay.
I suck at
Yeah.
Chinese.
The
Really?
funny thing about Bruno is sometimes he can be really cocky.
Yeah.
And like be like, I am the best. And sometimes he can be like, so no, I'm your shit. I'm like crap. I'm like, no, you're not. It's like the two personalities, you know.
No, I can be also a very optimistic person and a very pessimistic person. So it depends on a lot of things. For example, when it comes to dealing with projects, when I think we're in a poor position, I would say we're in a really shitty position. And then
Very dramatic.
Yeah,
and
it
very
sounds realistic.
dramatic. and then we're making progresses and everything, and we're working really hard. And then suddenly, we're in a good shape, guys. But usually, when I say that, it means that we're really in a good shape. So usually, it's still a downgrade from what.
Well, that's funny because in our business, it's like it's a bit what happens in our business. Because sometimes we'll be so dramatic, and we'll be whatever, and then sometimes it'll be opposite. Sometimes I will be dramatic, and
You're very variable in your state.
Yeah,
Usually,
yeah.
you're positive. I'm
usually,
very negative.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes I can be like, this is the end of the world.
Fuck this project. Fuck everything.
yesterday, there was nothing going well at all in my life, and I was extremely negative, and he felt it a bit.
He tried to change up.
He tried to cheer me up, and
That's
everything.
nice.
So we complement each other. It's very good.
That's what you want to have, like in a relationship in general, right? It's like friendship or business stuff. Just to have a balance, somebody that can
It's
balance.
definitely well balanced on our side. Even in our business,
I mean,
we
yeah.
are.
He's a very emotional person. I'm a very scientific person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm all about emotions, and he's all about like facts.
Yeah. Facts are good. Facts help.
Exactly.
Like, when there's nothing else working, facts are what holds you together.
Exactly.
Yes, but sometimes the emotions are taking over. Like you need to, when we are talking to our supplier, that is also very emotional. I'm the best person to speak to.
There's a reason why he's the one communicating with him and not me.
So it's the people person and you're the
I'm
numbers
the
person.
brain. Got the guy.
Yeah, the math guy.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, it's funny, but yeah, we definitely, in everything we do, we go. I guess we go slowly, but it's double checked in both emotional facts, brainy way, and we are kind of secured in every of our outcome.
And that's what you want
It's
in
a
a,
good
like
team.
a new
It's a
adventure.
good team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, all good luck on all of that. I'm sure you'll be fine. Like,
Oh, don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
a very nice adventure. We love it. If we fail, we fail, but at least we tried. You
Yeah.
know, and
We'll do something else.
what about the
we'll do
journey?
something else. Like, and I mean, the thing is, we're very much into like health and everything, so we'll stay on health anyway, even if we fail on this particular business. So.
Maybe we won't. Let's stay
But we will not.
optimistic.
Yeah,
We
be
will stay
optimistic.
optimistic.
This is where you need an optimist to balance.
So go buy their pills. So
Yeah.
vitamin DK something.
D3K2. The name of the brand is Vital Haven.
Vital Haven.
Yeah, you
Vital
say it
Haven.
well. So people just have, sound.
With my French accent, you don't really
Vital
know.
Haven.
Vital Haven. And yeah,
It's sold only on Amazon.
it's only on Amazon for the
yes.
time being.
And so let's tell what vitamin D3K2 is for.
Yeah.
Bruno,
Yeah.
Well,
Bruno the brain.
Bruno the
show
brain.
show us your
So
skills.
vitamin D is for absorption of calcium. So
Alright.
when you have more vitamin D, you enhance your ability to absorb calcium.
Alright.
which is good for your bones and
But not
muscles,
only,
brain, heart.
also every cell of your body needs for its own regeneration
Alright.
vitamin D. So it's used for calcium, but it's also used at the cell level to regenerate it. So it's really important to get a strong immune system, but also a good mood, because you know, when you have like the seasonal disorder, so some people are unhappy in winter and happy in summer. It's just because of their level of vitamin D.
It's
Wow. Okay, I thought that was just actually the weather that impacted them, not the.
Probably
weather
the light
does
is
impact,
important,
because
but the
you
vitamin
create
D is the
more
most,
vitamin D
Alright.
with the good weather, with the sun. And as there's no sun, just like in the UK, then you produce less vitamin D. It's one of the vitamins which are produced by the body through interacting with the sun. And when there's no sun, well, we produce less of that. So we deteriorate a little bit of like of our immune system, and we feel weaker in general.
Right.
And that's why people would tend to like supplement themselves in vitamin D, so that they can overall like compensate for the lack of sun.
Yeah. So the vitamin D3 is the most absorbed form of vitamin D. So you have like form D2 and D3, and really take vitamin D3 as it's not going to be money thrown outside the window. It's like just something that is going to be absorbed actually.
Alright.
And vitamin K2.
And vitamin K2 is used to fructify? No, how do you call this?
Decalcify.
No, but it's literally it makes your blood runs in a smoother way in your like.
Okay.
Because
So
you
avoid
weigh-
like blood clots.
Yes,
Yes,
because when you
exactly.
calcify your body, then you also calcify your blood vessels.
Yeah.
And that cause
I mean,
clot.
it's not your blood
Right.
vessels, but it can create like blood clots,
Okay.
and so on.
So yeah, you want something that both calcifies
That's why usually
the right thing and
vitamin
decalcify
D
the right
and
thing.
K goes along quite well. It's literally to make sure that you don't get any problems from getting too much of calcium. in your body.
Alright.
Normally in countries like the UK, you shouldn't have such problems.
Yeah, I feel like you're safe with the weather here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only when you're absorbing or you're producing too much like calcium in your body, or you have too much calcium in your body, that you may have such sort of problem. It won't happen in the UK anyway. So
I mean, wait, climate change is happening, so maybe who knows? Like,
Who knows?
maybe we get
Who
some more
knows?
sun here.
maybe we'll have like the same sort of climate as we have in LA.
We already have some.
I wouldn't say no to that. Like,
I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
no to that.
I mean, the last summer was so bad.
It was
I
very
came
hot.
back for the British summer because I liked it in the past, but more and more we have like rain, like thunder, rains, and I couldn't count one day without rain the last summer.
But
Be it or
it
not,
was
I
also
counted every day. I was
extremely
like,
hot as well.
when? No, not the last summer.
The
Two
last-
summers ago.
no,
No,
last
the
summer,
last summer
there was some
was
sun.
No,
I
no,
left
no.
just
The
for
hottest day
No
in
way.
Europe, believe me.
Oh, yeah, there was
it
some
was
hot days.
40
Maybe one day,
degrees.
one
It-
day.
One day it was
Okay.
40 degrees in
Otherwise
Paris.
it rains
I was in Paris
every day.
today.
Oh, I remember
And
hearing about that.
I was dying, literally. You spent 5 minutes like outside, you had a sunburn.
Wow.
It was
Wow, there's a lot.
that bad. So yeah, it's crazy, yeah.
I think we're going to finish this bottle by myself.
Yeah, I think you're
Looks
going
like
to
it.
do
Yeah,
that.
you're not helping him on the. Well,
I'm happy on beer.
I'm on the rum, so I feel like if I go to wine, it's not a very good thing.
I mean, this is a very cool glass. Thanks, guys, for.
A cocktail glass.
That was a
I
free
love
glass. I got
love
it
it. I love it.
like through my whole work traveling. The hotel just gave me that. Like they gave me other things as I was going very often there back in Scotland.
We should drink wine on a flamboyant way like that every day.
Yeah, that's how it works. Like, just roll.
In the martini glass. I love it.
Actually, had you told me that you were bringing a red wine, I would have told you bring a Bordeaux.
Bring a
That's where
bottle.
I'm from,
Yes,
you
but
know?
I saw it was organic, this one, so.
Yeah.
Well, the choice is limited in the UK.
Yeah.
No, but actually, you know, I'm from Bordeaux. I would have seen this. I would like Come here, buddy. No, but
cool.
like,
No, it's time to start. Yeah. I mean,
No, but it's Spanish, you know, it's very European. It's like anti-Brexit. Look, it's Spanish, it has had a Berlin Wine Trophy, so German, and
yeah,
And
a
it's
Bordeaux
organic.
would have been so much better.
so only good for
Nothing against our Spanish viewers. And
he said he hates Spain and Spaniards.
I love
That's
Spain.
what he said.
I love
Just so you
Spain.
know.
I love
If you just
tapas.
pick up the podcast now, he just say he hates Spain and
I
Spaniards.
love Spain.
I mean, it's not actually a bad word at all. It's quite good.
Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit just to try on the...
Yeah. I brought some cheese
the
as
Guy
well.
hasn't even finished his Bacardi.
It's my second one. Like, I mean...
Okay.
yeah.
But I brought French cheese. French brie. Alors, Bruno doesn't
I have
like
to-
cheese.
I have to say, hey.
Can you
I
believe
find
that?
this crazy. Like, I
Yes.
mean... Doesn't seem really French to me.
I mean, to be honest, it
I
depends on
think
the
his
type of
nationality
cheese,
should
but,
be reassessed or based on this critique.
So what should
Yeah.
I do?
I don't know. Well, I wouldn't say Chinese, but like something in between France and there.
Yeah, because
So what
That's,
do
you don't
Saudi
like cheese.
Arabia.
It's
Saudi Arabia. There you go. Now you're Saudi.
Am I
That's,
Saudi?
he's Saudi now.
What?
He's a Saudi.
Yeah. He said like I
You
should
can't
be
be French
something
anymore.
between France and
he lost his
Asia.
nationality by
Yeah.
not liking
And so
cheese.
something in between is like
He
Oh,
doesn't like
Russia.
cheese. You see
You can
how,
be
how
Russian.
shocked
I
cheese
could be Russian.
Yeah,
I could
Bruno
be
the
Russian.
Russian.
Be
Like,
Russian.
I could be
yeah,
Russian.
let's make him
Why?
Russian.
What do you mean?
He
Oh,
doesn't
it's
like
okay.
cheese.
Don't think
Doesn't
about
you
it.
don't like cheese?
I don't
He
like
does not
I
like
mean,
cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of alien is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Well, to be fair, even in Italy, I know many people who don't like cheese. And we
Really?
have the best cheese in the world.
And that's why you have coronavirus. So now you
Oh,
know.
many people
Um,
eat cheese in Italy.
Really?
Ah,
Really?
my mom doesn't eat cheese at all.
Really?
What?
You eat
Yeah.
cheese?
I do, but since
My
I
mom
moved out,
eats cheese as well.
before, like I never had only mozzarella and very mild cheese like Fontina, but otherwise.
No parmesan, no.
Yes, just
No, but you
a
can
little
do.
bit.
That's
You
not
can do
so-
But
that.
not
Ah.
stracchino, gorgonzola,
Oh,
all
I
the
actually don't know what
do
stracchino
nice
is.
cheese.
Wait,
Like,
is that weird bowls cheese thing?
the what?
No.
Ah, the scamorza.
The scamorca. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
the
good.
scamorza.
Is it the one that is like yellowish? That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yellow with a
This
weird
is
shape.
good.
That is
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
cheese.
nice.
I like this one. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
cheese.
I know, big condition from my mom, and I wasn't eating cheese. Like, besides parmesan, I mean, when you're Italian, you
Yeah, parmesan is basically salt. Like,
standard, you know.
I
Yeah.
love it so much. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I love in Italy is
Anything.
yes.
well,
I
okay,
agree.
well,
I agree.
tone it
I
down.
love. I love the people. I love everything.
I don't like angry women who think that putting garlic in a carbo
No,
is the wrong thing.
it goes with
You
your
want to
own
know.
drama. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
Like believe me, it makes it so much better.
Yeah.
It makes it so much
Okay.
better.
Actually, we're gonna
So
try
you want
that
to
right
send
after.
us This to Eliara and Enza.
Yes, Elena, answer. We'll
What
try.
do you
Wait.
want me to tell them? Like I told them everything
No,
already.
no, no. Well, you know what?
Like,
Let's let
you
the
guys,
food
you
talk.
girls are wrong, and I am
Oh, wow.
right.
So this is the cookie side of Bruno.
We're talking about the cooking and cockiness.
And yeah, it's one more ingredient to the standard recipe, and it makes it so much better.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll find
So
out soon.
tonight we are eating that. I'm really looking forward for it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you're really saying that thing to me. Like, I'm
we
expecting
are, we
something
have like
amazing.
our level
I
of
was kissing my
expectations
pants.
is like so
Fine.
high now.
Yeah, like I mean, I said I was like, nah, yeah, it's gonna be some average
Yeah, you-
pasta.
you should
and now
have,
you're like, that's the best pasta in the world. Like, that better be good. That
You
should
should have how could you say like
Manage expectations?
manage the expectations, the risk,
Yeah.
you know, maybe a bit better. I don't know because now we have like extremely high.
Oh yeah, now we
standards.
want some really good pasta.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
it does a
Because,
little bit. I mean,
I cook well. I know I cook well, so it
Wow.
doesn't matter.
there's a lot of confidence.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was
Wait,
That's
saying.
my fastest recipe. It takes 20 minutes to do, and then in 20 minutes you will be like in heaven. So that's fine.
All right, heaven tonight then. Heaven
Absolutely,
tonight.
yeah.
Heaven to my stomach.
Fine. Absolutely.
Nice.
Did we need to say more than that?
I mean, we didn't say anything offensive or nothing controversial, so that's good. I feel like that's
Yeah.
fine. Even though most episodes are some controversial-ish. Well, the last one.
Really? Who?
Well, we started talking about
Who
like
was
you
the
know
controversy?
men against women in terms of like rights and work and how they are and stuff like that. So that's some people did
That's
not like.
very controversial. Yeah.
Even though I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Should I say it? Well, I will say it. Like, I mean, the whole
always still on.
You know,
I was
I
still on.
think,
Like, the
I
media
think-
thing is.
I think what shocks us is like Greta, is like these activists that are today doing things that are not helping for me anyway, the feminist cause.
Yeah.
But they do that in order to open the general mindset about problems, I think. And they are very extreme in their way, but maybe it's their only way to make again the progress go further. You know?
I mean, I can imagine it starts from a good place. Like, whatever actions we can see out there, it starts from a good place of trying to, like, get some balance and, like, okay, get women treated more fairly and stuff.
Yeah.
But the way it comes across, or what it ends up achieving in the end,
Yeah, I mean,
it
when,
sounds more like, no, I want to fuck them. Oh, let's fuck the men up.
I heard stories about like when a man holds the door for a woman to go through, it's like offensive now. I'm like, oh, come on.
Well, okay, that sounds dumb.
I mean, I do-
that is one step a little bit too far.
Yes, because I do that actually for if
I do it
there is
for-
a man
for guys or
behind.
men.
Yes,
For
I do
everyone.
it as well. So
Yeah, you're not like, oh, in front of a man, just close the door.
exactly. If I'm
Fuck.
being one day accused of that, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's kinda
You go
crazy.
You go too
But
far.
have you ever been accused of that?
No, not me. No,
Okay.
I just heard this story. Maybe it's a myth. I don't know.
Or you just hang out with the right people that don't,
Yeah.
argue with you for that, for holding the door, or not holding the door.
Never happened to me, luckily. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's
thing.
how crazy this war is now. No.
I feel like you want to say more about this.
No, I don't.
No,
want to
nothing.
talk about this. It doesn't.
No, are you
deserve
worried
more
of the
comments.
consequences of saying
It
anything
doesn't
around the
deserve any more comments.
So my wife is actually a feminist.
Yeah.
I also, but she's a feminist. She is.
But like a
because-
good one.
yes, but
Inside.
Is there a bad one? Now he's being a little bit.
No, but I agree with
well-
you. I agree with you. It's what I came up with a conclusion with her. I said, yes, all your requests are very normal for me. And of course, salary, rights, all that should be equal to men.
Yeah.
But just avoid to be like too extreme in like the door situation, for
Yeah,
example.
that's
It's
too
too
much.
extreme. It's too
too
much, you know. And yeah, I'm probably going to get some angry women, feminists.
I had
Nah,
an
I'm
ex.
sure you'll be fine. There's not enough people
Okay.
following the podcast for you to be attacked.
I'm gonna tell you one story about feminism because one of my ex was an extreme feminist.
I guess that's why she's an ex.
Extreme feminist, and then and you know I'm all about facts.
Yes.
And I'm extremely scientific
Alright.
about it.
Oh, that's
So-
going someplace.
About facts, and I'm very scientific about it. So
Okay, let's hear.
yeah.
Fact and science.
We have a
That's-
woman.
There's a woman here.
We are lucky
See?
to have a
So-
woman
See,
here.
we all talk
Uh,
about facts. And they're like, oh, emotions, women here.
I was like, I mean, we were discussing about like equal salaries and so on. I was totally agreeing with her,
Wow,
and then
okay.
she was saying, okay, so the statistic says, I think for some particular fields where usually it's quite gender balanced and everything, that we got like a difference, like where we got like 48%, 52%, like in sort of like a difference in salary. So literally, it's pretty much even, but by 2% difference compared to
Which is
like,
not that much if
it's
you're
not that
counting all
much.
salaries from all branches.
exactly. So I
together.
was saying it is possible that it's statistical noise.
Yeah.
And she said, no, it should be 50%, 50-50. And I was like, it is possible. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but usually when you draw, like, I mean, I do math like on a daily basis. That's my
That's
job.
your thing.
We do what we call a Monte Carlo simulation, where you draw like, I don't know, you can take like a coin, you draw like 1,000,000 times, like face or head, face or head, face or head. You will never get a pure average of like, 50-50.
Yeah. And you
It's
get close to it.
impossible. You could possibly get close to it, But like if you take it on the human hand, usually you will not. I mean,
It's going to be an exact 50-50.
there may be like 15-148, something like that. Depends on how many draws you make. And obviously, I mean, you make this on like a fairly small sample usually. So the risk that you get like 52-48 is actually much higher than if you were taking the whole population of the universe. So I was like, it's possible that statistical noise.
So this
like,
is when the emotional side of myself enters in this and say, we don't care about that. And yeah, I would have probably ended this debate you had with your ex-girlfriend by, yeah, okay, let's agree to disagree and let's have a good evening.
Or let's just break up. There we go.
Well, we know how it ended. So.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was my story. I am kind of a feminist as well, but like, you know, I've got my own view on things, which is very, you know, give it some...
I believe as a man you cannot say you're feminist. You will never win. It's impossible.
No, if you say that, it's like, oh, you're a simp. Basically, you're just simp. It's like a new word I came across like a few days ago only. It's like basically get a girl online saying a thing, and if a guy replies, simp. And simp means...
How do you write it?
SIMP. It's basically like a term that people are now using online to describe a guy who's saying a thing to attract favor from a woman.
Oh, wow.
The thing is that it's applied to everyone. So like say, there's like, oh right, I wrote a new piece of software. Actually, I see that on Twitter all the time now. And there's a guy who replies, oh cool, because like she's got a podcast. Like, oh cool, that's great. So when you talk about it on your podcast, and then people just come right below his comments, simp. You won't get it. Like, what? That's weird. That's such a weird.
It's a new world.
Because I mean, I can imagine that you'd have some guys who would try to get favors like that.
Did he say he was a feminist just to get you?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just been hiding. Like, I mean, feminists. It depends what you mean by that. If you think about the extreme character that can see.
There's a difference between what it says and what it does.
I'm not a feminist. But
because who's
wait.
doing the dishes here? It's always JD.
Well, because I believe
nice
in equality.
Yeah.
I think
I do love to do
equality.
dishes,
Yeah, exactly,
because it's a good stress relief activity.
Actually, it is. That's why I tell her.
But you know, it's a stress relief, but also so much for me. I treat my wife as so equal. So we actually split restaurants 50-50. I don't consider her as...
Actually, I should do that. Right? Yeah. Treat you as an equal.
I don't consider her as inferior, so that she actually lifts stuff. She does. At the moment we are.
Oh, she can carry everything as well.
She
Okay,
carries.
I have to say
now we can
as
talk
well.
about quality.
No, I have to say as well that, you know, he's a stingy person naturally, and then she was not a stingy person, and now she is too.
No, I definitely treat her. Some people might be shocked the way I treat her, but you know, she's so happy to be treated this way that
I mean, they're married now, aren't they?
I believe she is. I think she's very happy, and for me, it's so easier to be with a woman that is like that.
Yeah, right? Like somebody who pays 50-50 at restaurants, stuff like that. That sounds nice.
Say so.
That sounds amazing.
Go for it,
Like I'm a sort of parasite. I say that I don't like to eat out. I don't like to do many. I'm a very like simple,
easygoing.
I like simple things, you know. I don't need all the luxury or.
Me too. I love caviar.
So
Like, there's some very cheap caviar.
I want to save money and put money aside for our future.
Yeah.
So I don't need these things.
But I need these things. I like nice things.
No, I'm sorry. If you like these things and if you want to do them, I'm not one to. You can still do them, of course, but you cannot expect me to pay our part because I don't even earn anything enough. Like I don't earn anything near to him, so it wouldn't be fair.
You're not a peasant either. Like,
John, okay, that's
Which-
what I'm saying. You know, instead of spending £50 on a dinner, I would rather put the £50 aside for the future, for a holiday or for to buy things in the house or to do something together.
or you can get drunk.
I don't like
What I do?
That's
terms of-
That's a good point about the salary, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does play in the decisions that we make, like
Be-
on how we pay things and stuff. So
Because actually, yes, what I forgot to mention is we are actually quite equal in terms of salary. So and
also it makes more sense then.
yes,
than
but
50-50.
but also I'm telling,
I will not disclose my salary, guys.
but I'm also saying to her that she. But I'm really like encouraging her to be paid as much as a man, actually, because she works, I think, more than me. So, and
That's true. In terms of like number of hours that you do a day,
exactly.
and your salary,
And she has a team.
you're in a so much better position.
She has a team. I don't. So I believe like she should be paid more than me, and I'm really like pushing her. But she's doing the right things, and she's doing her own way. And but I'm really
And she
believing
loves
in
her job.
equality.
it is
And
important
that
to
sounds
love your job.
great.
That's why I also think I'm a feminist. But
And so, I mean, you
well,
basically
feminist
believe in
now.
equality, so that's good. Like, I mean, I'm guessing that's what feminists meant at first, but now I don't know if it's exactly that. It sounds much more like now we want to take away from men and just be on top this time, which they can be in certain contexts.
Yeah,
like,
but
that's-
Those guys are like having fun on things. I think
we
that
never become famous.
they are
Nobody's gonna
speaking
listen
like
to this.
indirectly on WhatsApp, like they're just making fun of all of us. Oh gosh.
oh boy.
But like I'm not. I stopped to be a feminist when, for example.
Oh, now he is
we
not a
force-
feminist
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm not a
Wait, that was
feminist
fast.
on the normal politically correct way of thinking when we say that they should be like 50-50 in terms like in every board or in every government. That I don't believe that. I believe in skills. Maybe it's more women that have these skills than men, or maybe the opposite. But yeah, I think this is where the politically correct overcomes the reason. That's where I stop being a feminist.
I mean, that makes sense that, like, some people that brand themselves as feminists want an equality of outcome without caring about how you get to that outcome. They're like, okay, you got like 10 candidates for a job, and half's gonna be men, the other half will be women, and they would want you to pick, like,
Oh,
you know,
that's another topic, guys.
Two
That
men
is
and two women.
Other topic.
regardless
You take
of how
my
good they
job
are.
or your job, pretty much 90% of the candidates will be men.
Oh yeah, you want see women there. Like, that's why I think
We
it's
want
crazy.
the women here.
Oh, we want
We
them.
just don't have candidates who are women.
Yeah. Actually, I find it crazy, as in, like, in IT, I read a lot of books around about IT, like how it came to be and stuff. And the first software engineers, you had the 50-50, pretty much, between men and women. Now, if you look in the company, you don't see, you're lucky if you see, like, one woman who's a software developer in your team. It's not a thing that happens that often.
Yeah, so according to my wife, because I was thinking exactly the same as you, and then she opened me on maybe something else. She told me that from the very early ages and from the formatting we are undergoing during our education, we are created the way the society is now. So women will naturally not dare or will naturally not go to these fields because of their education.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
Oh, yeah,
because,
I think it plays.
Yeah, the environmental thing. I would say women tend to be a little bit more emotional than guys.
Yeah,
Well, I agree on that,
believe they
yeah.
are. Yeah,
And
I believe
fields
they are,
such
yeah.
as ours,
Yeah.
which are extremely scientific and like well-defined stuff, would not interest them as much. And the thing is, the world as it is right now pays us more this type of jobs than other jobs, which would involve more emotional interaction.
Now, in banking, for sure, when you look at what the jobs require, I would say naturally it's more masculine, but you know, maybe it would be better if it was also more feminine.
Really
But
depends.
that we don't know
Like in
because we are
sales and
not.
marketing, you get
We don't
more
see
women.
enough of them to
Yes,
know that it can
exactly.
be a good
And we haven't
thing,
been
which it could be.
educated we haven't been educated this way to really see this.
Most of the times, what I see is that all the jobs which has like relates more to a human, the girls are more attracted to those jobs, and the stuff which are more
I agree.
around machines are more it's more men.
This is definitely, I think, the statistics would say that.
Absolutely, I'm all about statistics.
But my wife will always look for the 5 remaining percentage. No. And I'm like, come on, I'm talking about the majority, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's when you always have outliers in this domain. Like, you may say, okay, overall, men will be more analytical than women will be more emotional, but you will always find the example of women who will be extremely analytical, extremely career-driven, and then the example of the men will be much more on the emotional side of things.
Exactly.
And then 2 new hires are both women. I am very proud of it.
But
that's good.
But then
don't fire them yet.
But then
I would not fire them.
This is currently what happens. But imagine if women, like little girls, were raised as men, and little boys were raised as women. Like you give dolls to little boys, are they going to be more emotional in the future? Probably. So
this is all the dolls, and that's a very different conversation.
Yes, but this is all part of education, all part of mindset and emotional development, and this can play a role later in life as well. So maybe if you start giving
this
dolls...
conversation has become so deep.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You drink, you say words, and I talk about deep topics here. Like we're a serious podcast with 20 people who are gonna watch it on YouTube and maybe 15 max. Yeah.
No,
that's how it works.
Doesn't matter.
You can say whatever you
Doesn't
want
matter.
because nobody's gonna come after us.
We express ourselves and we drink a lot of wine. So
I'm about finishing my second beer. It's crazy.
I mean, I brought the bottle and I'm drinking it. So
yeah,
that's the spirit.
I can see that. It's very, very selfish. I knew he was a very stingy man, but now I know that he's applying it in factually.
Bringing it
in real life, you know, he brings the food, he eats all the food that he brings, and then he's like, "Hey guys, do you want to share the cost?"
Oh yeah,
that's very smart.
Actually, it happened to us. I don't what was laughing. It's like there's a friend of ours, like friend. Of course, I'm not gonna say who. Well, yeah.
But don't even explain what the
but I mean, you can explain because it's a thing that happens not with just that one person. It happens. It's a thing that happens. Like you always have. You go to the restaurant as a group, and people just kind of try to not. They know that we know we split at the end. Like, okay, we just roughly get the same stuff in the same kind of range. And you're like, well, actually, you go in ready to pay for the thing. Like, okay, that's cool. I'm just taking that and pay for it right away. I think that one person is just gonna come in and take tons of shit and get 3 bottles of wine, and then at the end when the bill arrives, like, we split. Like, shut the fuck up! No, I'm not.
No, but
I'm splitting shit.
Usually, if they order that, I would go for it as well, and then and nobody cares anymore.
I said bottles of wine, right? That's an example.
If you earn less,
if you're
believe me.
And if you're
if you're a peasant like us, you will care.
if you're a peasant, yes.
A t-shirt wearing.
They are like they really, these people are always showing off and telling, oh yes, I earned this much.
Now you're putting more context.
I am not disclosing my salary ever.
I'm not talking about you, but these kind of people usually do. They like to show off.
Look at this guy. He's the richest here. He's the richest.
The one that doesn't show up,
Yeah, the one who shows back his hand.
The studio,
So and then we all go to the restaurant, and you know that people around you are earning much less, and you order like 3-course meal, and then you expect everybody to pay for your things. Like, sorry, didn't you say that you earned like, I don't know, 5,000?
Don't say it. Well, you say it.
I'm not saying a specific number.
That was a very specific number.
Yeah, I understand.
That's very normal. It's a lack of consideration.
That's a lack of consideration.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That happens too often.
Very often. It will never happen to me.
It doesn't happen anymore.
It doesn't happen to me. You know,
Do you feel yourself targeted or?
you both come to the restaurant with me, don't worry. You will never
You're
have.
one of them now.
Yeah, it seems like he feels targeted.
I am not targeted at all.
He feels he has to defend himself.
I do not defend myself, but
It's the
you
suit
know,
forces him to
I'm
defend,
just
like-
saying, you know, I'm a good friend, so I always make sure that it's always even. And now I'm on the diet, so I don't eat anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
Why are
Done.
you going in the diet to do it?
Yeah, very interesting. Yes. Why
Oh,
are
the
you-
11% body
Okay,
Yes.
I will tell you why. Last week I had a hard time like fit because all my suits are like fitted,
Okay.
and I had a hard time to like fit into my pants. So it tells me exactly when to go on a diet.
And then
No, that's
Bruno,
true. That's true.
Bruno told me, but no, because he's very extreme, you know.
No,
So
I
he told me,
I
no
couldn't
worries.
fit into my pants.
By the 1st of July,
I couldn't fit into my pants.
I will be 11% body fat.
Yes, that's gonna
Yeah.
be true because
And-
we made a bet about it.
And because I want to believe it, but I don't believe it, but I want to believe it, I want
to be
to
a good
challenge.
friend.
He's working
Support
with
him.
me, and he
I
doesn't
want,
believe in me.
but I
Thank you so much.
I think I'm
man.
supporting you by doing this challenge because we will invite each other. Oh, the loser will basically invite the other to the restaurant.
And what sort of restaurant did he choose? He went
like
for
a very
burgers.
fat
Obviously.
He
burger,
went
but
for
a good
burgers,
one.
So I ruined all the efforts I made
Yes.
in 6 months.
But I want to see Bruno. I want to see Bruno
my
11%
favorite
body
burger.
fat. And
That I told you
Oh,
to.
the one in the Shoreditch.
With like you
Yeah,
take the
big-
burgers
Oh,
dripping
yeah,
in
it's gonna fuck up
sauce.
everything.
With like the fries dripping in sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Plus the
Very
dessert.
Oh, the bone marrow fries.
You remember the
Yeah.
dessert?
Oh, wait. There was a chocolate thing.
Chocolate caramel.
it was very good.
That was good.
Anyway,
What's the name of the place?
Beyond Burger.
Beyond
Burger,
Burger.
Burger and Beyond.
Burger and Beyond.
That was
Really
a
compares to
free
Shoreditch.
advertisement to those guys.
Yeah,
I hope
guys.
they gave me a free burger for that.
Yeah, I want to share. I want to become a channel.
yeah. Let's get
Yeah.
some freebies. But yeah, so yeah, we took the bet. I took a risk here because I said, yeah, I don't believe you, but I want to believe it. I want to see Bruno being 11% body fat, but that's why I needed to challenge him, you know.
He wouldn't have made the bet if he thought that he wouldn't gain from it. So that's why I made the
either
bet. I
way-
told him, let's bet 100 quids. He didn't
Yeah.
take the bet.
It's too
No,
much.
but like,
He
yeah,
didn't
who's
take
gonna
the
bet
bet.
100 pounds? Like, I mean, for
too
100
much, and it's
pounds,
money,
you're
yeah.
also more motivated to win the bet.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it's a burger. That's cool. Either way,
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
just
you don't
stopped
have the
eating,
burger.
guys. It's going to
in
be
the end, in the end,
another
the
story.
bill will
Exactly.
probably be quite high because the winner will order a lot, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of food, and the other one will pay. So
And then, he's going to make me not fit into my pants again.
Valid points.
But
But
it's
then
okay.
you choose to get much more than you would normally. Just to.
It is fitted for like a particular,
11 body,
it's
11% body
fitted
fat
for like
is like
14-15%
extreme.
body fat.
It's extreme. It's like
So if
you
I-
see everything.
If I get to 15
Oh, it's
or
like
like, if I
Cristiano
get to
Ronaldo
18% body fat, I would feel it.
insane.
I would not fit into my pants. That's when it tells me you're gonna diet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, I mean-
you need to fit into your pants.
Yes, but
Like
Seems like a reasonable
But
age.
it is very-
your birthday thing.
Yeah.
I had a little bit to go like this
Yeah.
to feel relief on the pants. That's so true.
so yeah, let's see.
We
On the
shall see.
1st of July, we get the
Absolutely.
Get the updates.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very simple. Most of the
Yes,
time, I'm
update.
having like 1 meal a day now.
So
Wow,
yeah, he's
that's-
doing all these. So there is this song called Sally.
Oh, fuck that song.
Oh, I love
Sally
that song.
goes up, Sally goes down.
It wakes you up
Da-da-da.
so easily.
It kills you.
Jara, you should try it.
To do what?
Do not try it. That's a trap.
The Sally song.
This study what?
Sally goes up, Sally goes
Like,
down.
yeah, you need like
So
do squats, you
literally-
do push-ups.
And
I did
at some point,
once.
Sally holds it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gym exercise where basically I do it every morning to wake me up. And it wakes you up because you feel pain. And now I
Yeah.
feel so a bit. And whenever you hear like bring Sally up, you if you do push up, you go up. Bring Sally down, push up, you go down.
Yeah.
And it goes repetitively like this, like bring Sally up, bring Sally down, la 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 la.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
He likes pain, apparently.
Well, because I'm on diet now, and at the same time, it makes me feel good.
Bon, wait
During the
1
day-
month. Wait
during
1
the
month.
day,
And
look
let's
at this,
speak
I
again
fit
about it.
Into my pants
Yeah.
within 1 week of my awesome diet. And
So
then
the
I
first
don't
You
need to
want to
worry.
become a personal trainer.
You
never know.
Whatever you want.
I have a challenge. You're already skinny. Come on.
No, but
Everybody's good
it's
to lose that.
no,
He
the
needs
thing
to
is,
fit his
it's-
suit.
I
That's
need
very
to fit
specific.
into my suit because I wear my suit every day. Like, and depending on the suit, sometimes it was fitted when I was more skinny than I was, and
Yeah, but I don't
very hard.
expect. No, but to be clear, I don't expect you to be like skinny. I want you to.
No, but
muscly
it's
built
no, but it's
and 11% body fat.
it's body fat, so it takes into account the muscles.
Even with a bit of, with a bit of belly.
But I
I
wouldn't
don't
fit
really
into my
have belly
pants.
fat.
I
No,
wouldn't fit
I'm
into my
saying, like,
pants.
Bruno, you need to feel good. I mean,
I feel good.
You eat of a
you're
burger.
healthy, you have a body,
This
you
guy.
don't need
Yeah,
to beat
just have
yourself
some,
up
like-
that much.
No, I don't feel good when the pants is like so tight that I was it's
Buy
going to
another
explode.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
buy
that's
another
the
one.
easier solution. Just buy another one.
No?
Like, I mean,
He's
you
too
know,
stingy for that.
No, it costs an arm like those suits. So.
like, it's probably less than the. Actually, I just realized we have the same glasses. No, we do not. No,
No,
wrong brand. No, it's Marc Jacobs.
it's Ray-Bans.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, different.
Yours are?
Marc Jacobs.
Ah, okay. Putain,
No,
we need
wait.
so much advertising.
I had Ray-Ban.
We
Maybe
need
that's why
like
I'm
freebies
information.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, I have a question. Sorry to interrupt your diet.
Very important podcast.
When are we eating?
When are
Do
we
you
eating?
wanna go bowling or play golf this Saturday?
I will
golf.
win
Let's do
whatever. So
I'm
I
gonna-
don't-
Whatever.
But I would prefer golf because I think golf takes more time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You?
Bowling.
I'm
doesn't-
more likely to win if you play golf. So I'm
because
less-
you really in bowling, you book for 30 minutes and an hour, and then after you have to leave.
I prefer bowling, but
I don't care.
I just
because
don't like that I
do
can't
go
release
for
via
golf,
bowling.
normal
That's
golf.
the main
Okay.
thing.
No, but I'm talking about mini golf, fun.
No, but like fun
mini
golf, even
golf.
fun golf,
Ah.
it takes a lot of time. Believe me,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time.
Yeah. And
mini
You?
golf is
mini
good.
golf is
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
just book
mini
it,
golf,
like-
including drinks.
Yes.
Obviously,
guess
I
there
mean,
would be
you can't just like walk around playing mini golf like a savage. Have a drink.
You,
So-
Thomas, do you want to call
So,
this Saturday?
if you don't drink, you're a savage.
Yeah. What do you think I would do this
So
for? Like,
1, 2, 3, 4. Is Farah coming?
probably.
Farah?
Yeah.
Probably? Oh yes. because we-
Probably. I didn't look at her reply. She said she wants
Where's your
to.
phone?
It's here. Wait.
Can you
Ah,
check?
but I need to confirm, guys, because I have
Yeah. Let me check. She
maybe a
was saying-
kitchen work to do.
Are we still on? And
The kitchen
your
work
voice
is
is
not
on?
going,
probably
so-
can cut that off.
Well, we can cut that off.
Yeah. She says yeah, she wants to, but then she's not sure. Okay. Well, we'll see on Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, she wants to, but she may have a date night with. Actually, that's a lot of information that I'm spreading around.
date
which-
night.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she has a probably date night that she does not
Everybody's
call a
having
date night.
dates except me.
Yeah. Shame
Invite
on you.
her to a date.
Wait, Valentine's Day. I took you out for Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
Valentine's Day.
What did you do for Valentine's Day? Because
He went to have a
I
drink
do
with
nothing.
us.
I do nothing.
Usually
Yeah.
we don't drink either. We just went to eat because it was Friday.
And
So
that
for
was really
Valentine's
nice.
Day, we went to this very fancy fish and chips place.
I know it started to a very fancy.
This is
the
how
chips.
I behave with my own wife, you know. No, but she was very happy. She wanted to
Yeah.
go there for a long time. So
I love fish and chips, to be
Where did you go?
fair.
Yeah, where was that?
we went into Finsbury Park. We live in Finsbury Park,
Okay.
next to Papagon.
There is a
Ah,
Papagon.
the original
The
one.
first one.
Yeah.
There
I
is
do love Franco Manca.
one called
though. I
like
do prefer Franco Manca.
Chippy or something like that.
Yes, stab him. Later.
So papagone is the
Like
proper
put
one.
garlic in my carbonara.
Yeah, probably Francomanca.
Which we should try.
Sorry, what did
You prefer Francomanca?
No, I prefer Papagone.
Ah, papagone.
Papagone.
And what
Papagone
about
is really good.
Tia something?
Tia Maria.
Yes,
No.
Tia Maria.
Oh, we've been there once. I
No,
tried.
no, Tia
I
Maria.
went. We went to that Rosso Pomodoro.
Ah, yeah,
or
Rosso
something,
Pomodoro.
What
It was not
Rosso
bad.
Pomodoro?
Yeah.
I know the name of that, but
Yeah, no, it was not bad.
It's not
But
crazy.
Tia Maria, so just for the
Tia
story,
Maria is
my
actually pretty
former
good, like-
flatmate,
Yeah.
that I consider like my sister almost, she used to live 8 years in Italy. She's now Italian as well, and then she loves Tia Maria, and she says it's like proper pizza. I don't know.
Tia Maria, but I'm looking.
we've been there like
Ah, no,
once.
Zia Lucia.
Yeah, well, it's the same shit. Like I mean, Tia, Dia, like I mean, yeah. Italian.
I think it's Tia Maria. Yeah, there is one in Baker
because-
Street.
On these sister locations, like.
Tia something. There is one in Baker Street. It's the one I
No,
went.
because I was
Oh.
checking Tia Maria and
Yeah.
it says that it's a Brazilian restaurant.
Yes,
Ah,
that's
no,
definitely
no,
not the
yeah,
right
for
place.
us.
And then
Seems
Zia
wrong.
Lucia.
Ah, that's
Tia
maybe
Lucia is
that.
Italian.
That's
Yeah,
maybe
there's
that.
in Islington, Hammersmith, Aldgate East.
No, the
From
one I
Vigo.
took
No, that wasn't
talking
there.
about is like in Baker Street.
Baker Street.
Mais yeah, apparently it's proper.
We'll definitely have to cut that part.
Oh, we'll have to get a little bit of
But
that. 'Cause, like,
Papagone
I don't
is
think people
good.
care about
Shall
Italian.
we say something to just like finish it?
Oh yeah, let's wrap it up. Like
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we've been here for a while actually.
For quite a while, yeah.
So let's just.
We're quite the talkative person.
We have a
Yeah.
carbonara.
Ah, Santa
Oh, the
Maria.
carbonara. We need to
Oh,
have that.
I need
That's
to
right.
do
Santa Maria.
my garlic carbonara.
Yes, we need to
I
make.
heard of it, it's good.
Yeah, the carbonara that we
There
show
were a
judge.
lot of Italians actually.
Yeah,
in this
Of
place.
what?
everybody goes there.
Yeah.
Goes to where? What?
It's Zia Maria. O come si chiama? Zia Lucia.
No. Well, okay, let's just close the episode.
Alright.
Yeah, let's close the episode. It's okay. Let's wrap it up. So
Let's wrap it up.
I guess we're gonna uncut from here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm dying. Coronavirus time. So yes, to wrap it, what can we say? So we won't go back on the whole feminist thing. Like, yes, equality is good,
I am a feminist.
but equality of outcomes, not so much trying to force it. So what? Oh, my phone
We
is
spoke
vibrating.
about global warming and
Yeah.
environment in general and
Climate
Greta.
change.
Greta forever. Hashtag Greta.
Yeah.
He's a huge fan
You're
of
a big
Greta.
fanboy,
am,
actually,
I
like
am,
much
I
more
am.
than I pictured. Which is cool, like, nothing
I
wrong
am
with
fairly
that.
neutral about Greta.
I mean, I'm not neutral about the paper straws. Fucking hate this shit. But
I'm not neutral about the fact that she doesn't like Roger Federer. And
wait,
Yeah.
what? Where does that come from? She's like Roger Federer.
No, but
Okay,
like,
okay.
no, because Roger Federer has like he made some ads with Credit Suisse, and Credit Suisse is funding some companies
So
or,
it's
like,
normal.
supporting
Yes, of
carbon
course.
stuff.
Yeah.
and then so like
Alright,
by
sure, that's his
several
country, I mean.
very indirect links.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm blaming Roger because this
Because he
guy-
likes
Of
money
course.
like everyone else.
Yeah,
Like, that
yeah.
doesn't.
So yeah,
Oh.
but
Yeah.
but
And that's her choice. Like,
he's
she's
the
free to
only
not
reason
like
why
him.
I'm watching tennis on TV. So
Yeah.
the moment he loses, I'm not watching anymore.
Think about global warming when you watch TV next time. It will make you so depressed.
No. Yeah. And that's why you just don't think about it and have a
Exactly.
drink.
Yeah.
But I do help the same way as you do, collecting all the garbages from the beach and put it on the
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true. I
trash.
do that. Yeah.
He does that, and I think that's more helping than a lot of what other people are saying.
Oh, there.
So yeah,
Yeah.
voila.
Alright. So wait,
Yeah.
what was I saying?
I don't know. You were closing in.
Yes, we were wrapping this up. So guys, do you have any like closing comments before you wrap this episode up?
Please do buy our vitamins.
Oh, yes, the vitamins.
And
We will share a link.
absolutely, we're gonna share a link with you guys.
Will help
That'll be in the
this-
description of the episode.
This
Absolutely.
project to really get out because at the moment we are not.
Yeah, just help make them rich, okay? And then they'll come back on the podcast
help
as well.
help to spread a good quality 100% natural vitamins to the world, to the people. They deserve it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they want to put a
supplements,
healthy
because
lifestyle.
we're going
So-
to do more than vitamins.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly, healthy lifestyle for
Healthy
everyone.
lifestyle for everybody.
And that sounds like a great thing to do, like great
Voilà.
September, you'd say.
And on that, I finished my beer.
But cheers.
Yeah. Well, look, yeah, I can't really cheers that, but I guess we can just stop here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works?
See you guys.
And now
I
the
drank so
music
much.
rolls, like that's where the music rolls, pretty much.
Voilà.
Yeah.
Ta-
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao,
All right.
ciao.
And now I will cut from there.